Kevin, before I forget, we reviewed your chord scales in E and A. So play and say them. Okay, E, F sharp minor, at G sharp minor, A, B, C sharp minor. Okay, say them in reverse too. It's much more difficult. Now do the same thing in A, B minor, C sharp minor, D, F sharp minor. It. We talked about the capo effect. So a song in G, the capo just pushes this chord up a full step. So all you have to think is, how much higher is A than G? Well, it's a whole step higher. Okay, now when I play a G chord, it's been shifted a whole step up. So this root is an A. Okay, A to B is another whole step. Now this is a B root, even though I'm still playing a G. B to C is a half step. C to D is a full step. This exact logic can be applied to C chords, right? So you have an open C chord. How far above C is D? It's a whole step above it. So I just put the capo up at the second fret because that pushes me up a full step. Now my C chord starts with a D note. Whole step above that gives me an E. Okay? Half step above E gives me an F. This is very common to play songs in the key of F using a C. So I can do all my C tricks that I like, my walk downs. But I'm in F, right? So same logic applies to the D chord. Whole step above D gives me an E, so I just push my hand up a whole step with the capo. Now my D chord sounds as an E. Half a step above E gives me F. Whole step gives me G. Whole step gives me A. Now I'm in Here Comes the Sun territory. You asked me how the hell I knew this is an A. I said it's because of the first chord. It's a long A chord. 80% at least, if not 90% of songs are in the key of whatever the first chord is. C minor, first chord. G major, first chord. D minor, first chord. That's most of the information you need. Everything else is just for harder problems to solve. We looked at time after time. It's in the key of C, but it started on an F, and it went F, G, E minor, F. That was the intro. And then suddenly you just went, lying in my bed here. And it just gave it away that it's clearly in the key of C. It's not always the case, but it's almost always the case. And I gave you the Louis Armstrong tune. It's originally in the key of F, and I just use E chord since we're an E instrument. And most of the section I highlighted for you was in the chord scale. So continue to do that. Do your E chord scale and then work on those changes I gave you. And then continue to do your G and E minor scale. So G, paired with the thirds and the sixths. And E minor. Okay, that's it for this week, bud. Have fun.